Alright, T0-B1. Let's do this.
さあ終わったよ T0-B1
T0-B1. I don't know if you guys have ever watched this before, but this is very similar to Astro Boy, which is this really old Japanese anime that was super popular at the time.
さあ息子たちよ始まる
I guess there's a bit of wanderlust from this little droid. Yeah, it's almost like he's a projection of what we were like as kids, or even until now, where it's like there's this wild imagination to dream to become a Jedi. Wild imaginations. True, true. Reminds me of the Gathering. You're not gonna find the Kyber crystal like that, buddy. Oh, that's one way of figuring things out. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh, he has the Force. Oh boy, the Inquisitors are here. Oh, the guy doesn't have arms, I just realized. Oh no. The professor's probably dead. That's a great time lapse. I wonder what they're doing actually. It's not really explained as to what the project is all about. Oh, just growing plants. Okay, that's interesting. A droid that cries. Wait, you can use the Force? What? Oh dear, the Inquisitors are here. These are some amazing fighting animations. Oh? Hey, he just got knighted as a Jedi Knight. Hold up. Well, that was quick. Holy shit. These animations are amazing. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Well, that is that. It's a very interesting concept. And it definitely breaks the lore. Like the idea that a droid can have the Force is a little bit of an out there idea. I mean, it's not canon anyway, so it's not a big deal, but it's a bit of a weird concept to digest, I guess, yeah. But I will say that the fighting animations, the combat animations towards the end of the episode is top notch. Like they're so detailed, they're so dynamic as well. I like how the camera sort of follows the action and it's not just the action being played in front of the camera. That's exciting to watch. It's always exciting to watch a fight scene when it's sort of filmed in that way. As for the characters, it's, I don't really have much to say. I'm pretty indifferent about this. I was hoping for a little bit more of a serious and dark tone. It sort of went the light-hearted route, which isn't wrong, and it's not a sunk ship by any means. It's just, I guess, my expectations were that it was gonna be a little bit darker and compared to what we got. But that being said, I did enjoy the way in which the character was set up, the Toby was set up, the idea of this really young, naive child inside a droid's body who sort of dreams to be a Jedi, dreams for this greater adventure. It's always a story that's easily resonated with audiences, and so I think that's it's a pretty enjoyable episode overall. I would have liked to watch or see how the professor sort of dealt with the Inquisitors. I mean, he died, but I'd just like to see what exactly does an armless Jedi do when confronted by Inquisitors with lightsabers. And not to mention, he sort of gave his lightsaber to Toby anyways, so that would have been, I think, interesting to watch. And I think it would have been a lot more impactful if Toby witnessed how his mentor died, if that makes sense. If he witnessed how, his careless, naive exploration and interference led to or caused his master's death. And I think there's a lot more weight and gravity in that situation. I would have done that a little bit differently. Not to mention, I think that would also add a bit more dynamic towards the end. Like the stakes of the battle towards the end of the episode would have been much more interesting to watch. Because you get sort of this faceless Inquisitor that you don't really know much about, facing off against Toby, and it's mentioned that obviously this Inquisitor killed the professor, but you don't get that added weight simply because you as an audience sort of don't get to see what happens. And if you could imagine, right, that if Toby had been able to see how his master died, how his actions has caused his master's death, I think that would add a lot of weight in how he handled the situation with the Inquisitor towards the end of the episode. Whether would he choose a path of vengeance and revenge, would he strike out in anger, or would he decide to follow in the footsteps of the professor and choose the Jedi way? And I think that dynamic would have been a lot more interesting to watch, rather than him just duking it out with the Inquisitor and him coming out on top. Yeah, but that being said, I still enjoyed it. It's definitely not one of my favorite, but I could imagine I could see how this particular episode would be particularly appealing to kids of a younger age. Hello there! Hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and if you're interested, be sure to check out my other videos on this channel. As always, I am the Lost Acolyte,
and I have spoken.